Earthlings, hope all of you are well. Alpha Spotting with you, and today I'm gonna be giving 15 tips for photographers, videographers, content creators, entrepreneurs, blah blah blah. 15 business tips. Let's get started. I'm just gonna unbutton this. Woof. Let's go. Alright, I got my list here, so let's go through it. Tip number 1, and this is the most important tip, straight up. Now remember this very much so, never forget it, tattoo it on your body, write it down everywhere, and remember it. Here it is. Your network is your net worth. Let that sink in. Your network is your net worth. The more people who know you, know about your work, know about what you do, the more chances you have of getting gigs, the more chances you have of getting, jobs, connections, blah blah blah, and well, at the end of it, money. Network, net worth, never forget that. Network whenever you get the chance to. Go to events, befriend everyone, and that will return be your net worth. That's just common sense. That's something guaranteed. Number 2, sort of piggybacking on number 1, don't burn any bridges. I was fortunate enough when I started my career in photography to sort of hear this tip, and I stuck by it, and take it from my experience, it has paid off. There's plenty of times where I wanted to burn a bridge, lit it on fire, destroy them. They haven't paid me in 1 year. But I kept my cool, I stayed professional, and that paid off. You just have to take my word for it, that paid off. Don't burn any bridges, no matter what. Here's a quick little story. Once upon a time I had a videographer friend, let's call him, what's a very common word? Let's call him Jack. So Jack, one day we were at the beach and he took my camera because he didn't have his camera. The weather was really moody, so he wanted to capture some cinematic stuff, blah blah blah. And the next day he asked me for the footage, and I didn't lose it, I just really could not find it. And he got so angry at me and was like, don't speak to me again, blah blah blah, or give me my footage. I'm like, dude, it's just some random beach, chill out. After 2 days I had a gig and I needed a videographer. I was doing the photography, he would be doing the videography, and I told him, hey, come out here, I have this gig for you. And by the way, he was broke. He wasn't from Dubai, he was traveling from abroad. He was coming here to look for jobs in videography, and I gave him a job before, by the way, and here I had another job. Now when he came to the gig, he was like, I thought I kind of ruined things with you. I was like, dude, I'm chill. Never mind, you were just being stupid. But anyway, the story is, don't burn any bridges. Number 3, and this is also, well, all of these tips are important really, have the right equipment. I'm not saying go out and buy the most expensive phase 1 cameras or anything, but have the right equipment that suits what you're trying to do. Now, guys, I'm a Nikon fanboy, but this is my true and honest opinion. I think if you buy a camera, which is the same one I'm filming on right now, the Nikon Z6 with a 24-70 f2 and maybe a zoom lens like 70-200 or 300, add that with a flash and some accessories like tripod, you're really set to go. So you really need to have a camera that you can trust, that feels comfortable in your hand, and that it does what you need it to do. So you really have to look for an all-round camera. But anyway, back to the point of have the right equipment. Say you're an event photographer. What does an event photographer need aside from the camera and the lens? It needs a flash. Now, if you're a portrait photographer, what do you need? You may need a reflector, you may need lights, the same one that I have here. If you're doing studio, you will need studio lights. That's what I mean by have the right equipment. Don't go to an event without a flash. You're gonna be indoors and you'll need a flash. That's sort of what I mean by have the right equipment. If you're gonna do underwater stuff, you will need an underwater housing. And if you want to be a little unique and stand away from the crowd, have a drone. That's something that will set you out from the rest. Like for me, I have a drone, and people call me up, hey, I need a drone guy. They sort of know me now as a drone guy. To some of my friends in production know me as the drone guy, so they come to me whenever they have drone needs. That's what I mean by having the right equipment. Not the fanciest, best equipment, right equipment. I don't know why, was that cool? Like the gun and... Number 4, have a good social media presence, because your social media, specifically your Instagram, it's like the modern day portfolio. Like, no one really goes to your website. It's either Instagram or word of mouth. At least that's from my perspective. So have a good Instagram profile. If you guys see on my second page called Shooting Earthlings, you'll see I showcase a mixture of lifestyle there. I do 3 lines, and I put 3 photos from each shoot that I do. And if you go up and read the bio, I also wrote Dubai photographer. So if people need a Dubai photographer, they, you know, hit me up, and hey, that's your Dubai photographer. People want to search for photographers in Dubai. What do? They put Dubai photographer in Instagram, and voila, who pops up? This guy. Number 5, this one, it really depends on where you're from, and that is have a trade license. Now, some countries, Dubai is the best example, trade licenses, there are some options, but generally it's not simple. Whilst like in a country like Netherlands, I have some of my friends there who just open like a trade license as if they're buying ice cream. So it depends where you're from, but if you have a trade license, it's credentials. You need to showcase your credentials. Listen to this word carefully. Credentials. Your Instagram, how you showcase it. Your website, how you showcase it. Your trade license, blah blah blah. How you present yourself. These are all your credentials, and you need to have good credentials. And the best credential you could have is in your network. If your network speaks good about you, meaning the people who you know and who knows what you're about, because that will be your net worth. Remember that. I don't know why I keep doing this, but let's go with it. Number 6, and this is sort of piggybacking on number 1 and 2, make genuine friends in your industry, in PRs, production, wherever else. Be actually good friends with them. Don't just like hang out with them or like be with them because of who they are. Be actually friends with them. Be a genuine person, and you know, be genuine with them. That's how you usually get the best jobs, because of genuine people who you know in the right industry. And just be a good guy, just be a good friend. Don't take advantage of people just because they're in a certain profession that might be in an advantage to you, that might get you more jobs. Be a good person, be actually friends with them. Tomorrow, if that person is out of the industry, out of the job position that would have profited you, that would have made you profit, and you don't talk to them or like anything anymore, that's just being a bad person. And that person that was out of that industry might be in another industry who's gonna benefit you and give you more jobs and blah blah blah. So bottom line is, be a good person, be genuine friends with people, and don't take advantage of people. That's just bad. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Number 7, and a classic one, have a website. I personally use Squarespace. I really love them. This video is not sponsored by Squarespace, but Squarespace, if you're watching, hey, just my email is down there, hit me up at any time. Anyway, I genuinely like Squarespace. It's easy to work with. Their price point is, compared to GoDaddy and Wix, little higher, but honestly I think they're worth it. I really like them, and it's up to you. There's GoDaddy, there's Wix, and there's Squarespace. I like Squarespace. I would recommend Squarespace. And yeah, now earlier I said that Instagram is like your modern new portfolio, which is true, but sometimes there's certain clients who need to see a website. Again, it's credentials. You need to have credentials and a nice, beautiful website that showcases your work in different categories like food and beverage, lifestyle, travel, architecture, interior, blah blah blah, etc. and so on. You need to have a nice website that showcases all your work beautifully and that's easy to look at. Sounds weird, but like easy to go through. So I recommend Squarespace. Okay, number 8, look and behave like a pro. Don't go to an event wearing shorts and have a weird hair. Let's tackle the look aspect first. If you see I'm wearing a nice shirt right now, if I were to go to an event someplace a little fancy, I would be wearing this probably. Have a decent hair and, you know, just you know, tidy up, just look a little nice, and wear pants, don't wear shorts, wear nice shoes. I'm not saying buy expensive stuff, look decent, don't like wear Crocs with shorts and look like a 12-year-old. Just, you know, look nice, be presentable. Now next, when it comes to behaving, How should I put this? Greet people well, shake hands confidently, sturdy, good, handshake. Don't drink or eat while at an event or wherever you're shooting. Of course, it depends on client, but you get the idea. And just behave nicely and professionally, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. Again, it's just like these small stuff go a long way. First impressions, very important. Again, when I said the handshake thing, it's very important. Say, hey, how are you doing? My name is Alpha. Hey, how are you doing? My name is Alpha. Nice to meet you. Have a smile on your face. Be flexible. It's not about the photos. That's what I wrote there. Anyway, what do I mean by be flexible? Be flexible with the timing. Sometimes clients have a hectic day schedule. Be flexible with them, of course, to a certain extent. Don't be like too flexible. You don't want to make them too comfortable. And yeah, you have to remember something, that people don't necessarily hire you because of how amazing your photos are. Now, don't get me wrong, your work has to be good, but the main reason people hire you over and over, it's because you're easy to work with. They're comfortable. You go there, you do your job, everything is perfect, you behave, you look good, blah blah blah. And that's why people keep hiring you again. It's not about the photos or videos, believe me. It's about you. It's about how you work with them is what will get you more work with that certain client. Remember that. It's not about your work. It doesn't matter how good you are. It matters about how good it is to work with you, the individual. I hope this video is not too long, but hey, I'm teaching you guys stuff, so hope you like it so far. Cheers. Number 10, deliver the final content, whether photos or videos or whatever, using a USB. So go and buy a USB, put the photos, videos, whatever it is in the USB, and go to the client and deliver to them. Now, this is not necessary to do every time, but again, this is a small stuff that will separate you from amateurs from professionals. So delivering the content via USB, but ask the client in advance. Maybe the file size is very small. What I usually do is I put the content on WeTransfer and I email the WeTransfer to myself. I copy the link, put it on Bitly and to make the link shorter, and send that to the client. Now ask the client, hey, would you like me to deliver the content via USB, or would you like me to send you a link to the content, and see what they say. Give them option. This is something that clients also really like, giving them options regardless of photos, videos, final content, decisions, whatever. Always give clients, if you can, options to choose from. Number 11, have a small network of creators. So for me, I'm a photographer. Sometimes there's a job where I need to do photography strictly and I can't do photos and videos at the same time. So I have a friend who does videography, so I outsource that job to him. I have a friend that we might need a graphic designer on that project. I might have a friend who has a drone and we need some aerial content, so I hit him up. Have a network of multiple people, like multiple videographers, multiple photographers, because you never know when you'd need them. I mean, I sometimes outsource jobs that I can't do, and I may tell the other photographer, you take the photos, I'll do the edits, so I keep some of the money for myself that the client gives me and give the photographer his share as well. So yeah, no photographers, no videographers. This again goes back to point one. Your network is your net worth. That's important, guys. Next up, have a specialty. Now I would advise you to know a lot about different genres of photography, whether it's portraits, landscapes, food, blah blah blah. But if you have that one specific specialty that will separate you from the rest, people will like you more for that, because you can tackle that one thing. I have a friend who's like a king of drones. If you have any questions about drones, videos, anything, that's the guy. You hit him up. His name is Bashir. I'll put his Instagram here just if you want to check him out. He's an incredible guy, and he does strictly drones and he kicks at it. He's amazing at that. So another example would be like food photography. There's a lot of demand for food photography, and that's a little bit of a specialty. So if you're very good at food photography, you'll get hired a lot for food photography. If your specialty is car, if your niche is car, you're gonna get a lot of car clients, and etc. You guys get the point. But I would still recommend, other than having a particular specialty, diversify and do multiple things, because doing one thing and having that one income stream, not a good idea. Don't have one income stream, but that's another tip for later. Oh, that's actually the next tip. The next tip is have multiple income streams. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me tell you some of my income streams. One of my income streams is stock photography. I am doing genuinely well on stock agency, Shutterstock in particular. I'm making like $300 to $400 a month now, and that's a very good passive income. I'll put a link to Shutterstock down below if you'd like to sign up with it. If you click that link and sign up with it, I get a little kickback, so I appreciate that. Now, another income stream is I have a client that I do monthly and videos for, so they pay me a set fee each month and I deliver certain amount of photos and videos for them, and that's a very good passive income stream. Now, I do multiple stuff in photography. I don't particularly have a niche. I get real estate clients, I get lifestyle clients, travel, what else do I get? I get events, I don't really get cars too much, so one or two other things. So I don't like just do events, I don't like just do food, blah blah blah. I do multiple stuff and I try to have a multiple income stream. One more multiple income stream that hopefully I get to do very soon, which is YouTube itself. So I want to monetize my YouTube, and that could be another income stream. At the moment of recording this video, my YouTube is not monetized, but hopefully it will be soon, and that would be another income stream. Having one income stream is like putting all your eggs in one basket. Bad idea. Have multiple baskets with multiple eggs, and then have an omelet. Alright, next. For your website and your email, have a custom domain. So my website is www.alphaspotting.photo. I had to pay a little extra for the .photo, but I think it's worth it. It's very nice. .photo. It's very unique, wouldn't you say? My email is mo@alphaspotting.photo. Mo is short for Muhammad, by the way, because none of you actually know my name. My name is Muhammad, and yeah, have a custom name. And again, this adds to your credentials, and it shows that you're serious about your business if you have a custom domain. And last one. Last tip, and this is a bit controversial source of controversy. Collab with Instagram people, influencer, whatever you may call them. Now, photographers will say, oh, the influencer, I give them a free shoot, and when do I get in return? I don't even get followers. I'm like, anyway, let me talk about that a little bit. So, people usually say I collab with that Instagram influencer, I got like 10 followers, and I didn't get anything, and they got them nice photos. That's a stupid mentality. When a person with a lot of following on Instagram posts your photo and tags you there, people don't need to follow you. People will know who you are. They may not follow you, but they know that you're a photographer. They know that you're in Dubai. So if they ever need you, they'll know your name, and that creates a network in itself. It's not about the followers you get or about the exposure you get. It's about people knowing your name. Now, with this being said, of course, be selective with who you shoot with, and be genuine friends with that influencer or Instagram person or whatever you may want to call them, which goes back to one of my previous points. Don't just like shoot them because they're an influencer and you want some followers and whatever. Be genuine friends with them. Influencers are usually people with a lot of network, so they can connect you with their network, and that's a lot of networking, and you know what that means? That's a lot of networking. And I can tell you from my own experience that I had a lot of success from doing this. Mark my words for it. Anyone who says, oh, I don't want to shoot them for free, I won't get anything in return, that's stupid. Stupid. Bottom line is collab with people. By the way, they don't necessarily need to be influencers, quote unquote. You could be a videographer and you could know a photographer. Go do a video shoot for that photographer. And I'm just spitballing ideas here. And that photographer is in the same industry as the videographer. So if you do something nice, a nice gesture for the photographer can connect you with other people in the industry. And he's a photographer, he doesn't do video. So the videographer does the videography. I don't know if I made too much sense on that, but what I'm trying to say is be genuine friends with people, network a lot with people, and collaborate with people. Collaborate. I don't know how long this video has been. I think it's been 25 minutes of recording. I could cut it off, make it 20. But anyway, that's really about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you found it useful, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. That would help me a lot. And follow me on my Instagram at alphaspotting if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or any tips that you'd like to add on here, feel free to drop them in the comment sections below or DM me on Instagram. And yeah, much love guys. Alpha out.